Good morning, Mr. Ronnie. I'm Lo Jin Hui. Today I'm going to present about the project report of community service. These are my team members, Hugh Sing Yi and Tam Wei Kang. The organization that I interview is Pertubuhan Kebajikan Vision, and the question that I do the interview have six, which is how many children are there in Pertubuhan Kebajikan Vision, what range of age of the children, how many workers in Pertubuhan Kebajikan Vision. So far, did the organization receive any support from the public? Do you mind sharing on the expectation for Ketubuhan Kebajikan Vision, and what is your expectation toward the general public? And the person in charge, Ms. Wong, give the reply is they have 29 children are there and they are come from different background. Second, the range of age of the children is in between 5 to 20 years old. And question 3 is the workers, they have 2 part-time workers and 2 full-time workers, and total have 4 workers only. Question 4 is donor have been reduced no matter food or economy, but still have fixed donor give it the donation. And question 5, the expectation for the Pertubuhan Kebajikan Vision is Ms. Wong want to rebuild a positive outlook on life for children and move forward. And the expectation for public, question 6 is hope general public can help these children to having a better life. So I do the qualitative data analysis for that, and the positive part is more than negative part. So the negative part is too many children and hard to handle, and worker need to take care of children and do the work simultaneously. And the positive part have a chance to learn communicate with other and friendly to everyone. Have elders to take care of the kids. No need to pay too much of salary. Good management and prove that in society still have good person. Good mindset for organization and children, and assistant across nation or effectiveness in marketing. And in this project report, my goal is learn how to take care of people and learn how to effectively help others. And my objective is understand their job and service provided, learn from the professional people how to educate and communicate with children, how to manage finance, material and economy in this pandemic. In conclusion, in this project, I have achieved my goal and learned how to communicate with others via interview. So, how to do the management, be patient to everyone, and be grateful. This knowledge that I learned from the professional via interview are benefited me a lot. And I am very pleasure to have this opportunity to learn this skill, and I will use this skill that I learned in future. Thank you for.
Good morning, Mr. Ronnie. My name is Tam Kang and this is my student ID. So today I would like to present about the project report of community service. For the acknowledgement, I would like to thanks to Ribena House Care Center for their organization on conducting phone interview and data collection. So this is their logo. And what's our goal? Our goal is to get better awareness and use this an eye-opening opportunity to learn on the current difficulties. The purpose of the learning of the current difficulties is for better running of this organization. So, the overall project's goal that I achieve is more people can caring and conquer the elder more with a ways communicate to them because the elders said for cannot stay with their children and nobody accompany them. Now I will talk about the objective. The objective of the project is to learn on the role of Ravena House Care Center in serving the communities. So if the organization allow contribution, it also can for identity on the method of contribution if the general public is found to screw this organization. Third, we also can learn on the expectation of this organization to perform better in the future. So now I will present the interview question and the answer of the interviewer. So you can see this name, this Mr. Andrew. This is the people who interviewed me from Ribena House Care Center. Uh, firstly, I will like to say that I am very surprised that Mr. Andrew will accept my interview request without any hesitation. So he's a very kindful person. Okay, I want to present about the question one. Do you do you mind to sharing with me on the background of the establishment of Ribena Health Care Center? So the Mr. Andrew answered me, this organization was established in 2004, just after experienced the economic storm in Asia. There are many people who don't have a job there. So the organizers are just interested in taking care of the elderly and they have similar work experience and they want to serve the society. So that's why they established this organization. So the second question, how is the daily routing of the Ribena Health Care Center? They customize a schedule for the old people. So the old people will get up between 5 and 6 in the morning. They have breakfast at 7 o'clock and they will take the elderly out to exercise at 9 o'clock. This is for the health of the elderly. Let them eat fruit at 10 o'clock and let them chat with each other or watch TV. After lunch at 11, let them uh, so they have a time freely can do anything. So by 4:30 in the afternoon, it's time for dinner. They will have supper at 7 o'clock in the evening and there will be tea at 8 at night. So the above is the normal routing of these old people. Okay, now this is my third interview question. So what is the greatest challenge managing this organization? Actually, they have no challenging, So it must be is a cost aspect. They have a great demands of employee and they also have and also need work experience. So the salary is very impressive, but still few people want to do this job. So the challenge is how to hire a employee and why I write there the challenge now is how to save the money. I will talk later. So now move on the question 4. What is your greatest satisfaction being involved in this field? Their user satisfaction come from the situation that when the elderly move up, their family will thanks them. So you have two situations. This is the first. So the other situation is a sad situation. After the old man passed away, they will live in peace and will not regret it. So although Ribena Healthcare Center regret, but they did their best. So they let the elderly to live peacefully and make them feel satisfied. And the rest can only comfort the elderly family only. So having to say that, let us move to the decrease, not just Ribena Healthcare Center, but the death of anyone so far. Okay, for my last interview question, it is what kind of service do they provide for the elderly? So in fact, they have nursing service for sick elderly and they will take care of them more carefully. At the same time, they will let them take medicine regularly and they will also provide physical terrific, terrific to the elderly because their medicine need to apply from the Ministry of Health, so they must keep in close contact with them at all time. This to protect and treat the elderly more effectively. Okay, what I have learned from this project. Okay, so we must do a proposal for an activity. And the second, communicate with other people politely. The last, always stay with elder because we never know when they will pass away and how sad we will be. Okay, for the conclusion. In the conclusion, Libina Health Care Center didn't face any difficulty during the ensuing period. Only a little difficulty. This is need a cost for checking. Um, when new elders come in to Libina Health Care Center, they have to check they have COVID-19 or not. So, but the Rabina Health Care Center still can hold it. Okay, so let's get back to the question 3. Question 3, I said that the challenge is how to save the money. So they need the cost for this. So they need to save the money from another way. Okay, so beside that, Mr. Andrew who interviewed me also feel lucky and very worried about another elders because there are so many people suffering in this MCO period. I am appreciating to Ribena House Care Center for giving a shelter to the elders and provide the treatment to them. So, lastly, I would like to thank all of the non-profitable organizations in Malaysia for providing shelter and change to the elders. Thank you for putting your effort for them. Okay, that's all for me. Thank you.
I am Husin E. Today I am present about my organization which is Persatuan Penjagaan Kanak-Kanak Terencat Akar Johor Bahru. For the first one is the interview questions. I have 5 interview questions. The first one is when was the organization established? May I know who is the current occupants of these organizations? The second question is may I know that if you are facing any difficult in terms of financial or manpower? The third question is may I learn on if there is any contribution by the public towards these organizations? Are they sufficient? The fourth question is were you facing any difficulties managing the organization during the COVID-19 pandemic? The last question which is are there any expectations that you would like to deliver to the public or government? So for now is the answer for this interview question by Mr. Jiwa. Question 1. The organization established on 1st of May 1990. Mr. Jiwa is the president of this organization. Question 2. Financial problem and their 1 month expenses is 125,000. Question 3. There are lots of public, private sector or businessmen there are contribution to us for financial donation of daily resources. Question 4. The biggest difficulties are the financial problem. During this pandemic, we get lesser donations so that our financial is the bigger challenge for us. And the last question, the government also face the current COVID-19 pandemic situation. We are fully praying all the public to the COVID-19 to do these packages and many publics, even many individual people like company, private sector also they are not able to run the business. So same time a lot of marketing businessmen they are facing a lot of problem due to the COVID-19. The next one is the qualitative data analysis. For the negative is the previous president has passed away. in the previous 3 months. The second is due to the COVID-19, they are having financial problem. The third one, in this pandemic, public are lesser donate for them, so they are facing financial problem. The positive, the organization become more bigger, so the residents have more people to communicate. Second, there are contribution by public. The third one, Tuan Muhyiddin and Mr. Yusuf are contribute a lot for our country. The next one is the project report. For my goal, the first one is learn more about organizations. Second is learn how they take care of their residents. The third one is learning how they're running in these pandemic situations. The objective of this project is know more about their organization background and how they work. Learn on them how to educate and communicate with children or elder. The third one is how to running in this pandemic. So this is the last one, conclusion. Through this project, I have achieved my goals and learn how to communicate with others, how to do the management, be patient to everyone and be grateful. I'm very gratitude to have this opportunity to have full interview to know their organization and learn this skill. I will use this skill in future. Okay, thank you. This is the end.